Okay, this morning we're going to talk, actually it's afternoon, on today's notes with Mrs. Smith. We're going to talk about a new learning target. So far, our measurement conversions have been focusing on metric units. Today, however, we're going to switch to customary units. Raise your hand if you can tell me, what does a customary unit mean? What does that mean? I'd like a little more audience participation. Thank you. Brady, what is a customary unit? What does that mean?
It means like the mass of...
Not mass. Mass is something we measure. Think back to our notes. The things we could measure were mass, weight, temperature, length, volume. Thank you. What is a customary unit? What does that mean? Jacob?
It's kind of like a simpler way of the metric system.
Well, you think it's simpler because it's what you're used to. Okay, so we know there's two major measurement systems in the world. One is called metrics, and some examples are meters, centimeters, grams, milliliters, okay? But what we're used to is called customary. We call it customary because it's our custom. It's what we're used to. Okay, so these should be easy to come up with. For length, because we're talking about length, what is a customary unit for length? Something that you're used to. Feet. You guys can all visualize a foot. It's about the length of a ruler. Okay, you guys know that because that's what you've grown up with. What's another customary unit? Derek? Yards. You know what a yard looks like because that's what you've grown up with. It's 3 of these, 3 feet.
Meters?
Not customary. Meters are metric. Callie? Inches. You guys know that an inch, we've talked about it. It's about the length from the last knuckle to the end of your thumb. That's about an inch. You guys know these. And then there's the great big one. It's called the...
Mile. Yeah.
Mile.
Mile.
Meter. You're killing me. You're killing me. What is it? It's in customary. The customary... Mile. Everyone say it. The great big long customary unit for length is the mile. Okay. So our goal is to be able to identify customary units, which is what we are practicing. We're getting a little confused for length, and make conversions using those units. The good news is the way we make conversions stays the same. It doesn't change. It's just that the conversions are different. So we're not going to do that warm-up. We've already done our own warm-up. We have the inch, the foot, the yard. Here's a conversion. How many inches are in a foot? 12. Thank you. How many feet are in a yard? 3. Okay. We can break each inch up into even smaller chunks. We have talked about this. I have a handout for you. But when you look at this ruler, this metric ruler, this customary ruler, this 1 inch is divided up into how many equal parts? Can you count them? How many equal parts are in that inch? Callie? Close. You're really close.
1/4 and half.
Well, we've talked about that. That one's a 1/4. That one's a half. But how many total equal parts are there? 8. There's 8 equal parts. And each one of these little lines notates an 1/8 of an inch. It represents an 1/8 of an inch. So this is 1 1/8. 1 2/8, also known as 1 1/4. 1 3/8. 1 4/8, also known as 1 1/2. Okay? So each one represents an 1/8. As a 4th grader, your goal is to be able to measure to the nearest 1/8 of an inch. Okay, things that are about an inch. A paper clip, the smaller paper clip, a quarter, and your thumb, the end of your thumb. Those are about things that are about a foot. Your dinner plate. A piece of notebook paper this way. This paper is 8.5 inches this way and 11 inches this way. So that's pretty close to a foot. Things that are about a yard. The height of your desk. It's about 3 feet from the ground. Not exactly, but close. The height of your door handle. We've talked about that one. Where the doorknob is. And a little toddler. Okay? Those are about a yard. Okay? I don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but I do want to talk about some metric conversions. This is where your math workbook is going to come in handy. Okay, we'll pause that and I'll get